Hey guys, so on the healing bench today we have this rather anonymous MELECTRONIC CD-5800 CD player that I picked up recently alongside a Sony system. So I think this is from the late 1980s by the looks of it. So I was kind of curious to see how 1980s cheap no-name technology was like, because it's I'm sure it's a lot different than what we get today. So, first of all, this thing looks, it does look really cheap actually. The plastic doesn't feel that good and the layout is very questionable. It seems like a Philips and a Sony had an affair. So let's just go through it. It's 3-beam optical head. I don't know what 3-beam is because there's probably just one laser. 16 program memory, which is, I think, the standard by that time. And natural sound audio compact disc player, like we didn't know what it was. Definitely that's straight out of Bowers and Wilkins advertisement. We also have a multifunction display, probably LED, and of course digital. We couldn't put digital. There's also this like 7-segment, like one and all. Probably it's like they didn't have LEDs or something, so they would light up the top or the bottom segments depending on what you choose on the repeat button. I guess they're reusing part of the display. The silk screening is really poor. I mean, look at the skip button. It's just been absolutely erased. Very simple controls. I mean, it's just like one of the first CD players. Oops. It's a very messy healing bench. And I don't think it has remote control either. I don't think so. Huh. On the bottom, well, we have something rattling inside. That's nice. That's a surprise. We actually have the carriage lock and release. Of course, it's in the release state now, and it's been bumped around in my car for a few hours. So the laser is going to be perfectly aligned, I'm sure. And on the back, we have MELECTRONIC compact disc player. CD-5800, 17 watts, wow. She's hungry. 1046 of 1984, wow, is this from 84? Really, is it that old? Unbelievable. Of course, it's made in Japan. So I guess got some surprises inside. And it's written in German as well. Another thing is that I don't see the tax label, because this is I live in Italy, and in the 1980s, there was a tax on electronic equipment. This doesn't have it, so it's probably been imported from Germany. Anyhow, I think, should we plug it in? No, let's just lift the skirt. We got 4 screws, let's see what kind of surprises hide inside. So if this is from 1984, I don't think there were any clone chipsets by the time for reading CDs. In fact, 1984 is really early. So this may probably be really an intersection, an affair between a Sony and a Philips, because they were the only two that were making this technology, and it's possible that whoever this company is just either licensed it or they just took the cheapest of the two. So let's pop the hood. Ooh. What's a little bit of dust? Very interesting. Very interesting. It really looks like a best of both. And it doesn't look cheap at all, actually. We have a transformer here on a separate board, some fuses, rectifiers, and a very simple power supply. But what really takes my attention are these two. This is a Sony chip. So it probably means that we have Sony optics and a Sony laser. In fact, I'm going to peek under it in a second. I don't recognize it, but it's probably Sony. And definitely this is not the entire mechanism. It's rubber mounted. Nice. I don't think the entire mechanism is Sony. It's just a laser head. And then this little chip here, which is a PCM 54 HP, which I don't know it, but I know the manufacturer. It's Burr Brown. So that's actually really cool. And then we also have a microcontroller from Hitachi, HD 6140042S, which handles, I think, everything. I mean, it goes straight to the front panel, and that's basically it. We also have some Mitsubishi stuff. JRC, that's Japan Radio Corporation, I think. And overall, this looks actually really good. I mean, it's probably the same as you would find from an entry-level disc player from, again, Philips, Sony, Marantz, Technics, you name it. So what else do we have? Actually, is there any date code? 8610, 8652. So this is from 1986. So yeah, it was 84 would be a bit too early for this, but 86 is definitely a lot more reasonable. I guess we can just plug it in and see what it does. Let's do a smoke test on it. I mean, there is nothing wrong in this. So nothing could go wrong. I mean, the power supply is really pocket-sized. Of course, it came with a power cord. That's nice. They usually chop it away. So let's see what it does. Okay. Nothing. Oh. Just a brief. Huh. We have a problem. Interesting. So it seems like one of the supplies is not enough. Huh. Do we have a short somewhere? Because, I mean, there is literally nothing here that could go wrong. I don't see, like, tantalum capacitors or stuff like this. Yeah, a few electrolytics here and there. Let's just measure a few voltages and see what it does. So, would be nice to have a schematic. I don't think MELECTRONIC has any. So we're just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna zoom you right in, actually. There we go. So, where should we start? We got some ICs here, which are very, yeah, they're very conveniently labeled 7805 and 79M05. So these are voltage regulators, which is excellent. So we can just probe them. We expect the case to be ground, which it is. So we just check for shorts. This is probably ground. This is the input. And this is the... Is this the input or the output? I don't remember the pin out for 7805. Excuse me. It's been a while since I've seen one. Okay, let's just measure voltages and see what it does. I mean, worst case, we can change it. Okay. Let's go 14, 0, and about 0, which is good. 0, 8, and 5. So the -5 is there. The +5 is not. Excellent. And probably... Huh, it's not getting hot though. I would expect this thing to become absolutely incredibly hot. And in fact, I can see the... Yeah, there's the optical carriage actually tries to go back home. And the motor spins. You didn't see it because it was zoomed in, but look at that. Interesting. So what's wrong with that? I think it's powered by 12 volts or by something that's unregulated, because there are just 2 regulators here. There are also a few capacitors there, so it's probably one it's for the 12 Vs as well. So let me just check it again. How come we have 14 in, 0.1 out? Okay. Let's just measure the resistance. About 1.2K. Okay. This is definitely ground. So it's not shorted. And we're definitely getting a voltage inside. So it's probably this 7805 that has gone bad. It's not the first time that I get one. Let me just check the pin out real quick, and I'll be back. I just want to make sure that I'm measuring the right thing, and I'm probably going to bypass it and just plug it in my bench power supply afterwards. Okay, I'm back, and yeah, I was right. Pin 1 is the input, middle is the ground, and the third one is the output. It's really weird though that it's getting like 14 volts in and expecting to have 5 out. It's a very large dropout, and I'd expect to see at least a heatsink onto this, but it's, yeah, it's on the 79, which is weird. I mean, why would you put the heatsink on the minus 5 volts and not on the plus 5? That's, I would expect exactly the opposite, but it's not a big deal. I'm just gonna set my power supply to around 5 volts, give or take. I'm just gonna double check it. Okay, 5.5. Actually, let's just go to a little bit lower because I don't know how compliant the logic is inside here. 5.12, it's fine. I'm just gonna ground the clip lid here. I'm just gonna unplug it for now so I don't short everything out. Okay. Do we have some space? Yeah. Grabbed onto this. Okay, plug this in. Let's just, actually, let me just do a little bit more. Okay, nothing on display, 20 milliamps. Yay, look at that. Oh, you cannot see it, damn it. All right. Would you look at that? Disc. And it's using 10 milliamps. So I guess that 7805 was indeed bad. Again, nothing 1980s. Very, very common. In fact, I have a CD-303 or something from Philips, and it too had a bad 78 or 79 whatever regulator. So okay, that's pretty good. I just don't want to make sure this thing doesn't catch fire. It's not getting hot, so that's good. So let's open. Open. Oh god. Oh, there you go. Nope. Yeah, maybe. I bet the belt is bad. Would you open, please? Oh, the laser is moving. That's excellent. I see no light though. Come on. I think the button needs a little bit of cleaning, or the CPU is incredibly slow. Would you eject, please? Oh, thank you very much. Let me just pick a CD. There you go. That's actually an original one. Oh, yeah, you can do it. Good boy. Ooh, it's spinning. Oh, immediately. 9 tracks, 42 minutes and 20 seconds. That is absolutely incredible. This is extremely fast. So let's just hit play. Play! Come on. Play, you idiot. Nope, that's not working. That's interesting. Okay, what do I have to do? Skip button did something. No. I think the buttons need some cleaning. Huh. Let me actually move you so we can see the front a little bit better. Ooh. You see, you just need to use lots of force. And then it will start playing. Huh. That's interesting. And it's actually using less current now. Even more interesting. So I guess we have a working unit. Of course, if it was a Philips or a Sony, it would have a bad laser, bad motor or something. But this one here, it needs a little bit of help opening the tray, and the buttons, I mean, they are absolutely atrocious. But it's working. Actually, I mean, I have the stereo system right here, so why don't you wait a little bit and let me just rig up a setup. Okay, so I rigged up a premium audiophile cable between the CD and the amp. So let's fire it up. It's plugged into aux. I mean, this has a compact disc input, but we don't want to use it. And let's fire up this bad boy. So let's just start by everything, and then the 5 volts. Boop. Oh, yeah, sprung back to life immediately. Focus, yeah. I mean, the table of contents is just instant. And play. Oh, not again. Come on, you can do it. Oh, pause. No, I won't play. Yep, maybe. Yes, please. Why is it blinking? Ugh. Oh, it's playing. So... Oh, yeah. It is playing. Let's just turn down the volume before the copyright mafia comes and gets us. Let's just see if the fast forward works. Oh, yeah, you need... I mean, is this a child lock button? Because, I mean, you just need to just... all of it to move it. But yeah, it's working and it actually does sound really good as well. But before everything... Oh, now this button works beautifully. I wonder why. Yeah, it needs help on the ejection system, and would you look at that? There's a belt. The problem is I have absolutely no idea where that belt goes, and I think this is all cracked plastic as well. What is this plastic stuff doing? I have no idea, but that's definitely cracked. Huh. I hope it's not a problem. Now, how do I get to this belt? Because that's probably, yeah, that's our problem. Yeah, oh. It's getting better though. Let's see. Yeah. So it needs a new belt. It needs some slight cleaning. Dust everywhere. I wonder how it can have so much. Oh, look at this. Metal link for the power switch. Wow. Spare no expense. How do you get this laser thing out, actually? Because there's just one screw here, and what's holding it in the front? Do I need to take the front panel off? Possibly, but I can't see anything. I mean, I'll sure need to take it to look at those buttons, because they're... I just need, like, a can of this before they become vaguely usable. And I also need to take out the logic board, because I don't think there is any access panel on the bottom. Nope, there isn't. Oh, and I didn't drop the CD. Huh. Precision. So this thing will require an entire teardown for me to fix this, and the whatever this belt is, which is, I mean, I'm just gonna look online and see if I can find a spare, I guess. Good luck with that. But I'm really, really, really happy with how it turned out. It's actually really good. Sony laser and Burr Brown DACs. The UI is, I mean, decent, and it seems to be working really nicely. So that's definitely a keeper. It's definitely not a show-off device, but I'll put it in a stereo somewhere. But I don't think today it's going to be the day for the repair, so I'm just going to save it for another time and just park it away in the meantime. And with that said, thanks a lot for watching, and see you next time.